I'm John, I'm 59 years old and I'm a 4-chord strummer. I started learning guitar 5 years ago when I was 54 years old. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what the toughest part about learning guitar, what the toughest part of learning guitar was for me. And maybe after watching this, it can be an encouragement to you if you're struggling as you're starting to learn. That'll make sense to you and you go, okay, I'll keep at it. But we do this because we love it, okay? That's why I do it. I love to play an instrument. Guitar is great because with 4 chords, you can write your own music if you want. I am not to that point yet, but maybe one day I'll think of something. I don't know. Play for the fun of it. My home, I'm not practicing to get ready to gig or to go out and perform in front of anybody. So, that being said, we're going to get into that, but first I wanted to tell you a little bit about a documentary called String Theory, Guitar Obsessed. Randy Levin and Jarrett Bellucci put this together. Randy emailed me, said, hey, I stumbled onto one of your videos, wondering if you would mind promoting this video, talking about it at all. And so I watched it, and that's why I'm telling you about it. It's a great video, and I'll flash it up on the screen there and then remind you again at the end of the video. And then also, towards the end of this video, I'm going to do some playing so you can kind of get an idea of my skill level. But first, let's set the stage here. How do you like that? Let's set the stage here. I really want to do a good job so I can strike a chord with all y'all. I'm not even from the South. Okay, now I'm starting to perform in front of the camera. Better stop that. I played drums for 40 years. And during that time, during that 40 years, it wasn't consecutive 40 years because between 1999 and 2014, I didn't play. I just had a snare drum pad at home. That's all I had. And then in 2014, bought a really nice set of drums, did some drumming, not playing in a band or anything, just in my house. Mic'd it all up, did some videos, drum cover videos of myself. My favorite drummer was Neil Peart overall. Jeff Porcaro was another one, Bernard Purdy. And then I also, the Purdy Shuffle, the Rosanna Shuffle, I had to use that. I had to learn how to play Rosanna and some other Toto songs. But mostly, the Rush was my favorite. Some Iron Maiden in there. Just some songs that I wanted to mess around with. So I have a good sense of rhythm and timing, and then also the limb independence from playing drums. And so that's helped with my guitar. Some people will say, oh, that's a huge help. And some, whatever. And I guess I really don't know because only one other person I've ever strummed with never really told me if he thought I was any skill level at all. We just played for a little while and then we had coffee and visited and that was it. He was really good. Anyway, so that's kind of, I'm trying to really sum this up or make this concise. I'm not doing a very good job. So at the beginning, I took lessons for 2 months and had to quit because of work, but I took lessons so that the instructor could get me off on the right foot, so to speak, get me started on the right foot by making sure that when I played the chords, my fingers were on there correctly and just give me kind of somewhat of a foundation to go with from there. And then from there, I learned from Justin Guitar, his YouTube channel, and then also Marty Music. So that's how I learned, and I would practice about 10 or 20 to 40 minutes a day when I first got started learning those basic skills. And then now I just pick it up almost every day, but I just play stuff. I don't really really concentrate on working on building a certain skill unless there's something I really want to learn. Okay, so what was the toughest part about learning guitar for me? It was, well, first of all, getting my fingers used to playing the chords, and I kind of felt like I had to contort my body sometimes to try and, how am I going to play these chords? I got to, it was kind of awkward getting used to that. It was weird getting used to the calluses because my fingertips went numb, and not like tingly numb, but I just couldn't feel them because of the calluses. And the weird, I wasn't used to having short fingernails. I forgot about that because I don't like short fingernails. I don't like long ones, but I don't like really short. So when I had to clip those, I was like, oh, but I got used to it. No problem. The toughest part was being patient with myself. During that time too, when I was learning, I was comparing myself. You know, you got these little munchkins, you know, these little 10-year-olds that play circles around me. Like I got some munchkins running around here. No, there's nobody else in here. Just me and my guitar. Look at this guitar. Isn't that cool? Cocobolo. Martin. Started out with Taylor, moved over to Martin. Love the Martin sound, love the history of the Martin guitars. So that was the toughest part, just being patient with myself. I mean, it's really slow. You got to figure out where to put your fingers on the strings and on the fretboard there. Press down hard enough. Don't mute the other strings while you're trying to strum. Play it cleanly. Take your fingers off, put it back on, take it on, off, and all that. And then changing chords, you know, going from this to that. And I'm reading posts of other people who are learning from Just Guitar, and they're like, oh, I can change chords. I can transition from that D to A, and I can do that, you know, 40 times in 60 seconds. And I'm like, I can do it like 5 times. And thinking, the thing is like, in my mind, I'm like, how long is this going to take? They talk about developing muscle memory and that you just know where to go on the neck to play the chords. And you can transition, you know, and you really don't have to look at your hand that much. I mean, I do quite a bit, but sometimes I don't have to. And when am I going to get to that part that I can do that? That was the hard part. And then also I remember telling somebody, another guitar player, that I was going to learn how to play guitar. And I had played drums for a long time. And I said, how long do you think it'd be before I could play songs and stuff? He goes, oh, probably 6 months. No, it took a lot longer than that for me. And I think it did anyway. It seemed like it did. So yeah, and the other thing was going from knowing how to play drums and having better memorization at a younger age to learning something brand new. It was kind of humbling or humiliating, or going from hero to zero. Not that I was a hero drummer or whatever, but going to not knowing how to play this instrument. My ego kind of took a hit. I like to think that I don't have a big ego, that I'm a pretty humble guy, whatever. Yeah, no, I do. And it took a hit, and that part was kind of tough. And then also the fact that I can't memorize like I used to. So I've got, like, you can't see it there, but I've got a binder full of songs that I have, if I want to play something, like if I want to go in there and play some Neil Diamond song, I've got to go look at it so I can play along, because memory, it's gone. Okay, there you have it. That's it. So if that's what you're struggling with, hey, it's eventually going to get there. It did for me. I just kept at it, and going through the discouragement. I can't play that chord cleanly. Is that okay? I can't make the chord changes, the transitions from the one chord to another very cleanly. When is this muscle memory going to take place? And then it was like, wow, one day I'm playing and I realized I just played that chord cleanly, played that one cleanly. I made the transition. I transitioned one chord to the other cleanly without looking at my hand. And I was like, I did it. I really did it. It was exciting. I mean, it was really exciting. So if you're at that point and you're going through this and you're like wondering, how long is this going to take? It might not take you that long. I mean, at age, once you get past 40, 50, 60, time flies so fast, before you know it, it's like, holy cow, I've been doing this for 5 years. Yeah. 5 years. 50. I can't believe I'm 59. I mean, the next number is 60. 60. Wow. But some people it might take a little bit longer. Some people it might not. You just be patient. Just be patient. But you got to be consistent. You have to practice at least 3 times. Well, you practice as much as you want or as little as you want. And, you'll, as much as you practice, that result. You practice, you have good quality practice consistently, you'll get it. If you're not consistent with it, well, then what can you expect? Okay, and then really maybe not have really high expectations, you know, maybe lower your expectations, and then that way when you do get to a certain point, you're like, hey, cool. All right, I think that makes sense to you. So why don't I get to a little bit of playing, demonstrate to you my skills. I guess I think I'm more of on a beginner level. I'll tell you this, I do not know music theory. I mean, I know some basic, you know, I know this is the E, A, D, G, B, E. I finally got that memorized, you know, and if I go, like, if this is open E, then this is an F. This would be the G, and the A, and the B, and the C, and the D, and then the E. And whatever that's called, enharmonic. That's kind of cool. So that's the extent of the music theory. I don't read tabs. I have to read chord shapes. So C, D, whatever. And when I download a song that I want to learn how to play, if it's got some bar chords in there that look complicated, I'll hit the simplify button. This is on ultimateguitar.com. Millions of songs, and I pay $39.99 a year for that. And you can get the free version. All right. So I'll come in here into my little office space here and I'll play. And I like putting the capo on. Sometimes I'll just strum. Funny thing, when I first got started, I wanted to learn the song Tequila Sunrise. Well, what's so funny about that? Well, kind of grew up in an alcoholic family. I quit drinking 30 some years ago. And here I am learning guitar, and one of the first songs I want to learn is about liquor. But why? Because I like the strumming pattern. So on and so forth. And then when it goes into that other part of it, when the sun goes down, I don't really know the strumming pattern of that one, and so I'll kind of make that up as I go. So that one I'll play, or I'll just start, I'll come in here, or maybe Pink Houses. Goes from the C to the G. Yep. Once I get warmed up, I'll play that Stray Cats song. Something like that. Pretty rough, pretty sloppy, but it's fun to play. And then I'll try and work on Eastbound and Now, and trying to stay on tempo with that and play it dynamically is a tough one. You know, going from the A7 to the F, or is that an A6? No, it's A7 to the F, C, D. Sometimes I can get that one, sometimes not. So pretty sloppy, pretty rough, but that's what I'll work on. I kind of pick out the things that I think are cool in a song, and then I'll learn that. Another one someone suggested I learn because I strum so hard is 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20. So I have to dissect that one, take it apart, take it really slow, piece by piece, and then put it all together. Another part of my skills I wanted to demonstrate for you really quick here is, so I don't do much flat picking, not really good at that, like whatever you call this, if this is arpeggio or... stuff like that. I don't really sit around and spend a lot of time doing that. I'll do stuff like that, and then I'll just kind of play around with different picking, basically Travis picking. Marty Music, I purchased one of his course on beginner finger picking exercises, stuff like that. And he's got some cool stuff in there that I worked on, and I made it up to like chapter 6. Let's see here. Guitar lesson, that's been sitting, I got a sticky note on my desktop on my computer. It says, on chapter 6, Marty Music. Don't know if I'll ever get there. It's been there, I've been at that stage for months. So there you have it. Hopefully that was a good enough demonstration of my skills. You can see you can hear the drumming, the percussive guitar playing in there, and knowing rhythms and stuff like that. So that was really nice, because being in bands for so long and learning those songs, and then hearing stuff on the radio and going, oh, okay, I know I can strum that, and so I'll look it up on Ultimate Guitar, and I'll see that it's got the basic 4 chords, or some basic chords that it's easy enough. So then I'll learn that song. There's some Hal Ketchum songs that are just the basic chords. I mean, Toby Keith Should Have Been a Cowboy. The rhythm in that's really cool, but and the chords are really basic, a simplified version. So that's what I go for, and just do it for the love of guitar. So yeah, that's kind of all of it in a nutshell. I got to wrap this up here because we're getting along on time. String Theory, Guitar Obsessed. Check out that documentary. I think you're going to like it. A lot of you guys are going to really relate to this. Girls, women. When I say guys, I just mean everybody, right? Okay. I'm John. I'm 59 years old. If you feel like leaving a comment and let me know what you think of this video, did it make sense to you as far as like the patience part of it and taking a hit to the ego? That was tough. It's tough starting something new at a later age, and that's what it was for me. And then also just being patient, and when is that muscle memory going to come? But eventually it did. And so, and it's great. And especially, you know, just so those 2 or 3, 4 chords, how many thousands of songs you can learn, and how much you can write with that if that's what you choose to do, just for fun. So yeah, am I a great guitar player? No. Am I just a basic beginner? No. Just trying to be honest with you as far as where I'm at with all this. Hopefully it helped. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought, and I'll try and respond to every single comment that I get because I appreciate it. All right. Again, my name is John, 59 years old, and I'm a 4-chord strummer. Thank you for watching. Bye.